Thank you very much for joining EIB.com. This is SQL Server Database Administration, Chapter 2. In the previous section, we saw introductory remarks. We defined what database administration is. We also mentioned different tools that a database administrator can use. And one of the mechanisms by which database administrator can administer a database is by enhancing the search feature. So as to enhance search feature, a database administrator should create index. And we saw what index is, what are the two major categories of index that are cluster and non-cluster index. We saw their difference. As I tried to mention earlier, the major difference between cluster and non-cluster index is that in a table we can have only one cluster index, but we can have multiple non-cluster index. In addition to this, in non-cluster index doesn't determine the order of a record, and cluster index determines the order of record. Cluster index is fast, whereas non-cluster index is not fast. Cluster index points directly to the data, and non-cluster index points to the key value, and that key value points to other non-cluster or cluster index from which we can get the actual data. In this lesson, we will see full text index and what are the advantage and disadvantage of having a full text index, and we will see one by one. As we saw earlier, the cluster and non-cluster index are the most commonly used index mechanisms by which you can index records in a B-tree structure, but they are fixed with a minimum number of lengths of record. If we specify cluster index for a very big data, it will be a problem. And the option for that is full text index. Full text index is very important to index large object data. And the full text index is actually a mechanism by which we can index a very big data. For example, a resume of a given student. Or we can take the a given documentation within a table. If we need to cluster that, index that, we have to use full text index. Full text index is made up of word tokens. Tokens means components of word. As you can see here, for example, this word table can include indexes. Has 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. So tables by itself is a token, can is a token, include is a token, index is a token. So full text index first break down the entire record into tokens and order in ascending order. For example, C will come first, I will come next, and this one will come next, and then the other one is the table. So this specific word will be organized in ascending order. After that, full text index identify the stop words. Stop words or noise words means words that doesn't have importance for searching, like of, the, is. All these words like helping verbs can be considered as what's called the noise words or stop words. So full text index is made up of word tokens. That means breaking down the entire text into tokens or words. After the system does that, it will identify which one is stop word, which one is not stop word. So as to create a full text index, first we have to have a full text catalog. A full text catalog is nothing but is a collection of indexes, full text indexes. So full text catalog is useful to have different indexes underneath. What full text catalog can do is that it will specify what language we are using, and if we are making accent sensitivity true or false, we can specify that in a full text catalog, and we'll see when we deal about that. And the other one is after we create a full text catalog, we have to create a full text index. And full text index is very important. So as to create a full text index, we need to have a full text catalog. After that, we can modify the list of noise words, or we can use a built-in stop words, and I will show you how can we do that. And if we need, we can modify the thesaurus of a given language. So we'll do that one. So as I said earlier, before you create a full text index, you have to create a full text catalog. So as to create a full text catalog, what you should do is create full text catalog. Then you have to specify the catalog name, and you have to say with access sensitivity off or on. If it is off, it means these names, as you can see here, Helen, Helen, these are written in using Helen up before A. So if accent sensitivity is off, all these words will be treated as one root word, that is Helen. So if we use on, that means when we search, we will search only the English words, in addition to, without this one. So accent sensitivity means, off means disregard the accent of a given word. Just take whatever the alphabet is in there. And on means it will be on, and we will end up with selecting only words that are sensitive to accent. So if we'd like to know what are the accent sensitivity from a given word, we can check what are the setup. We can check the setup by select name, coalition name, from sys database, where name, database name, and then automatically we will return this. As you can see here, SQL indicates a SQL Server coalition name, and Latin 1 general identifies the alphabet whose sorting rules are applied. CP1 identifies code page 1252, which is a character encoding of Latin alphabet, and C1 defines case sensitivity comparison rule, and AS defines accent sensitivity. So we can check whether accent sensitivity is on or off within a database by using this syntax. So what you should do is, we have to select the name, the coalition name, from sys database, where the name of the database is your database name. And once you do that, you know that accent sensitivity is on or off. If it is on and you would like to make it off, you have to use this syntax. Create a full text catalog, then you have to specify the name of the catalog, and then accent sensitivity on or off based on your interest. So full text catalog is nothing but is a collection of full text index. Once we impose the rule in full text catalog, all full text indexes within that catalog will apply that rule. And after that, we have to create a full text index. So as to create a full text index is very simple. We have to say create, as you can see here, create full text index on a table, and then you have to specify the column names, and you have to specify the key index, cluster index name, and on full text catalog with stop list system. And let me show you, and then I will explain to you one by one. Okay, now when we come here, let me create first a full text catalog. Full text catalog, let me make test yourself. Now I am applying this in my taxi management database I created. Now if I would like to know, let me see what are the coalition in the taxi management table, I can see, you see accent sensitivity is already off. So now let me remove this. I created a full text catalog. Now the next step is creating a full text index. Before I create a full text index, I would like to know what are the indexes available within that database. So what I can do is select full text catalog ID name from system. That means not the full text index, but the full text catalog. What are the full text catalogs that are available? I can select this by using this one, and then that test yourself should be there. This is the ID of that full text catalog. I created this one. Now under this, I can create full text index. So as to create a full text index, I have to say create full text index on a table. Now let me first create this table. Okay, create table. Let me create this table now, and let me just create two columns. Okay, ID int primary key, and let me just create description varchar max and summary varchar max this. Now let me create this table. I created this table. When I come to this list of tables and refresh this, I can see what's the name of TBL summary example. As you can see here, my ID is a primary key. When I come to index, I can see this is my primary index. Now after this, what I can do is select create a full text index, Then I have to create a full text index. Let me create a full text index, my ft index, and that's the name of the full text index. On description and summary, description and summary are varchar max, and then language 1033 means the actual language that I'm using. How do I know which language I'm using? Okay, just to select the different languages, there is a mechanism by which we can select the language. Here, as you can see here, when you select this, these are different languages that are available. And as you can see here, 1033 means English. So I specified, okay, use English language, and based on that, the English language by itself can determine which language group, which word group a given word can belong to. And then we have to specify the key index. Where is my key index? pktbl schema, this one. Now let me just copy this, and then I can bring here. That is the index, and I have to specify the name of the table. My table name is this. With a stop list system means use the system stop list. What are the system stop list? As you can see here, for English language, the available stop lists are this. These are stop words that are available in English word as a given alphabet B, C, D, E, and bean, could. All these are stop lists. So what I'm telling my system is that, okay, use the English system stop list and create this full text index. Now let me just run this. Invalid ft index. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have to say on. I have to specify the name of the table. Sorry. Now create a full text index on this table. Okay, and then I specified the key, and I specified the stop list. So now let me just run it one more time, and you will see. Oh, sorry. This is a full text catalog name that I should specify. Now I have to bring the full text catalog name. The catalog name that I created is test Yosef. I have to bring here. Now it should work. Now this is the name of the table. These are the columns of the table. This is the language that I'm using. This is the index I'm using. This is the catalog name I'm using. The stop list is the stop list. That means the noise words. Now let me run. Should work. Now I create a full text index. So from now onwards, I can insert data and I can select data. For example, let me just open Microsoft Word and then bring sample text, and then I will bring that sample text and insert into words. Let me just generate random words in Microsoft Word. Let me select this and let me add in here Yosef Adunya, and here Yosef, or yeah, I think this one is enough. Let me just come here. Okay, now let me open this table, edit. Okay, the ID is 1, description is this, and ID is 2, and then I have to bring the other description. Now as you can see here, the first description has Yosef, the second one doesn't have Yosef. Now let me just bring here. Okay, now my data is saved. Now what I'm telling this table is that, okay, select all from table summary example. The description contains Yosef. That means bring anything. I mean, bring the data from the description if the name contains Yosef. That means if the data has Yosef on it. Now when I run this, it brings the first column. So when I expand this, I can see Yosef is in here. As you can see here, there is Yosef here. So this is the way how can I create a full text index. Before you create a full text index, number 1, you have to create a table with a primary key. Number 2, you have to create a full text catalog, and after that you have to create a full text index, and you can specify which language you are using, which column you are using. The syntax is simple: create full text index on this table name. These are column names if you have multiple columns, and then you have to specify the language. The language number should be in here, language. Then you have to specify 1033 if you are using English, and unfortunately Amharic is not included. And you have to specify key index, cluster index name, and then the full text catalog name. This way you can create a full text index. After you create a full text index, you can retrieve what the full text indexes are available within that specific table using this syntax. And we can create stop words by ourselves. That the simplest thing is create full text stop YAY from system stop list. So if we are using this as should be as stop list, we can include that in the stop list. And we, as I showed you earlier, we can select what stop lists are available. We can alter a full text index. Altering means changing the full text index or adding the stop list. We can add that one. This is the simplest thing. So the steps are: you have to create a full text catalog, you have to create a full text index, and then you can select. And there are different keywords that we can use, like contains is the first one. Contains means select any record that contains that specific word. So if I say Joseph, it will automatically bring. There are many keywords that we can use. You can go through one by one. This is the second part of SQL Server database administration. It deals with about SQL Server full text index and index search. Thank you very much for visiting yayobi.com. This is Joseph.